It is time for another daily YouTube live stream. I'm Zach. Welcome back. Let's play some games. It's Friday night, and we are back playing Minecraft, building my palace, and we are starting on the final phase, which is building the Great Hall. Welcome everybody to the weekend. I hope you're ready and in a good mood because we're going to jump into the game and have some fun. Hello to Cracked. I see you're in chat already. Good to see you. Let me just make sure I can log on here, and we will get started. All right. Yeah, so I've done no test building for the Great Hall. We're gonna kind of figure this out together, but I've thought about this a lot, and so I have a lot of ideas of some cool things I want to do. And there is the palace, and there's the floor to the Great Hall. Okay. And oh, it's just me on the server. I get all the space to myself. I don't have to share it with anybody. Okay, so I think the first thing I want to do is I want to center this floor pattern here. This is the floor pattern that we used in our kitchen area in here. Beautiful floor. I love this design, but I want to kind of it's not really centered. Well, I mean, I guess it is centered, but you can see what I'm saying. Like the pattern is just a little off centered. So I want it centered with this. So this is 3 blocks. Oh, you know what? I'll never ever truly get it centered because this has a central block and this pattern has no central block because it's a 2 wide pattern. Oh, shoot. I hadn't really thought about this. Okay. What am I gonna do? This pattern is meant to have... Oh my goodness. It will never line up with a central block like this. Let me close these doors. Okay. Well, shoot. I could come up with a new pattern. Wow, I really did not expect this problem. Okay. Sometimes, things in your builds just don't always go according to plan. And you just got to roll with it. So here's what we're going to do. I am going to do something else for the moment as I think through this and figure out what I'm going to do. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know in the comment sections down below. Now, something I was thinking about over here, this is our apple tree orchard. Look at these beautiful apple trees we got going on here. They look great. Actually, something I was thinking of doing is, let me get a shovel out. We're going to get our netherite shovel. These things are always useful. And I was thinking, you know what, let's go ahead and do some rows here. I think these might look nice. Rows here where these trees are at. And I think we're going to do... Actually, let's do a 3 wide row here. Just where the trees are at. Because, people would be maintaining these trees and walking back and forth. And so you probably wouldn't have grass grow right underneath the trees. Maybe in between the trees you'd have grass, but not right underneath it. We might even make that a little bit bigger. I like just having a little touch of the soil in there. Yeah, I think that looks good. I mean, we could make it bigger. Let's see, what happens if we move it out to there even? So it's like actually wider than the trees. Oh, you know what? I really like this. Eraser's in chat. Eraser, how's it going? Eraser says, hi, Zach. It's me, Eraser. Sorry for being gone so long. Oh, don't worry about it, man. Sith is in chat saying, Tactical Xbox, hello, incoming. My Xbox fan was going full blast. All right, what do I think about that? You know what? I like it. We're going to keep it. Okay, we're going to do this to this whole section. All right, so bear with me here. And I'm just going to shovel this out really quick. And this is something I can do, you know, while I think about what I'm going to do with my floor design. Eraser said, I've been doing good. That's good to hear, Eraser. Sith says, Sith is talking about helicopters. What's that all about? Yeah, I think what I might do about the floor is I think we might do just an entirely different floor. You know what? I might do something a little bit more subtle. Because actually, one thing I'm going to do that one thing I'm planning on doing is having a brightly colored ceiling, which I think is going to be something fun I'm looking forward to. So maybe having a bright ceiling and a crazy design on the floor is going to be too much. So maybe I'll redo the design on the floor. Something a little bit more subtle. That might make the entire thing look better. And I really like that idea. Okay, that's good. This is turning out good. Yeah, sometimes when things don't work out according to your plan, sometimes you come up with something different and it ends up being even better. Has that ever happened to anybody? I think that might be the case here. I mean, I really was not planning on doing anything different with the floor, so this is quite inconvenient for today's stream, but I think in the long term it might actually turn out to be a better thing. This poor shovel. Oh, hey, look at my shovel doesn't lose health. You know, like in survival, when you shovel a bunch of stuff, the health bar goes down. I have no health bar going down on this. What? That's so weird. What is going on? My Minecraft game is cursed. I don't know what's going on here. Sith says my Xbox it decided to be a tactical chopper. Eraser says that's happened to me before. Eraser said earlier, Eraser said, I'm going to try to go to more streams now, but it's hard because I'm on Eastern time. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I know it's hard for a lot of people who are on the East Coast. I mean, I'm on the West Coast, and so it's just an East Coast, West Coast thing. I mean, for me to do it at a convenient time for East Coast would mean I'd have to do it so much earlier than what I'm doing it, and that's really hard for me because I got other things going on. So, yeah, I know it's... The time zone thing is always difficult. You can never get a time zone that's good for everybody. Sis says creative is like that. You don't use durability on items like you do in survival. Oh, that's right. We're in creative, so I don't have the health bar. Oh, shoot. I wasn't supposed to do this block. There we go. Problem solved. Eraser says this is fine, though. Yeah, I mean, the deal. I mean, you guys know the deal. I'm not a full-time YouTuber, and if I was a full-time YouTuber, my timing would be a whole lot different. You know, if this was all I could do, I would stream like all day long at different times of the day. But unfortunately, I got to go out and make a living so that I can keep doing this. And I got to make a living during the day, um, which means I can't stream during the day. But one day, who knows? One day, I might be doing this full time, and then I would get to have more times that are convenient for everybody. One of the things I would do if I was a full-time YouTuber, I actually don't know how much if I would stream that many more hours. I would probably stream I would probably do 2 streams. I would do a stream because I like doing an hour-long stream. It's not it's not too long, but it's a good amount of time. But I might do like 2 streams. Like I might do an hour in the morning and an hour in the evening. But I would definitely like spend more time doing more videos. So I would have more streams and more videos. Yeah, just more content in general. Okay, so what do you guys think about that? So I think it looks a little bit better than just having the grass there, because you'd probably have people walking around picking the apples and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think that's a cool addition. And then something else I wanted to do over here was, since we have apple trees, I think we would have another kind of garden area back in the back here. And I wanted to grow in this garden, I wanted to grow sunflowers. This is something I really like in this game. I don't use it very much. And I think it would be cool to have a sunflower field as something cool on the palace grounds. I think that would be nice. So let's go ahead and pick an area. I think just an area over here. And we'll do it in line with this. So maybe starting right here. And this will be our field, our sunflower field. We'll do a nice big field like this. Nothing too crazy, but a nice size field. Come back over like this. And close it up like this. And we should probably put some gates in here so you can get in and out. Where are the fence gates at? Okay, birch fence gates. Maybe we'll put a fence gate in right here. And we can put a fence gate in over here, so we can get in and out. And maybe we should do like a pathway over here. Ooh, yeah, that's a good idea. So let's get some gravel. We've been using gravel for some paths a lot, and I really like the look of it. So let's grab and put some gravel out here like this. Just have a nice little path, and my goal is to kind of connect up to here. Oh no. There's no floor underneath this. This is gonna be hard to put gravel in here. Oh my goodness, what a mess. What a mess. Okay, I'm gonna have to put dirt down before I can put anything else down. But that's okay. I think this will pay off. All this little extra work will pay off in the end. V5 is in chat. V5 says, it's okay. A lot of us have daytime jobs too. Yeah, you guys know my pain. Yeah, I mean, it's something everybody deals with is, you work hard in life at a job somewhere to save enough money so that eventually you could like open your own place somewhere doing exactly what you want to do. That's kind of the American dream for me. You know, the American dream is like, the cool thing about this country is that you can work hard and build a business here. And you can build a business better probably than any other country in the world. So, and that's one of my dreams. Is one day build a really successful business, and in my case, it's a YouTube channel. Look at this beautiful pathway. All right, now over here, you know what? I don't want grass in here. Let's replace this with... Let's replace it with podzol. Or we could replace it with mud, too. Will sunflowers grow on mud? Let's see. They will. I don't know. I kind of like podzol a lot, though. I do like the mud, but I kind of like the podzol. Yeah, I like the podzol better. Liam's in chat. Hey, Liam, how's it going? He says I'm watching the football game. Nice, man. We're planting a field of sunflowers, Liam. As I'm trying to think about what to do with my floor. Oh, Liam will be happy about this because Liam doesn't like my floor design. Liam, I'm changing my floor design for the Great Hall into something else. That's the decision I've come to. Liam says, how dare they have a football game when Zach streams? Yeah, how dare they? What is up with that? Liam says, yay, floor design change. V5 says, you just work out hard at a job you think is important, and eventually you get to the point where you can't do that anymore because your mind and body is so broken that maybe you can get a pension or die in the job. Ooh. Well, that's a depressing way to look at it. Liam says it's preseason, so they have a lot of late games. Got it. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about work and the American dream and everything. And sometimes you just gotta find a job that you enjoy. And I mean, maybe it's not your dream job, but maybe it's good enough. And just focus on making money and building a life. I mean, my deal is, I talk about this. I talk about following your dreams and everything, and I think that's so important. I talk about that a lot on all my channels. Following your dream. And the reason is because I have had dream jobs. I've had so many of them. And I've just followed my dream, and I've gotten like these amazing jobs and had like incredible experiences. So it is possible. If you have a dream job, you can go make it happen. But one of the things is it doesn't always happen overnight. So if you're building your dream, and maybe your dream isn't a job. Maybe your dream is just an aspect of your life. Maybe there's an aspect of your life that you just want to get better, and that becomes your dream life. It takes time to get there, though, sometimes. So sometimes you need a job that's a stepping stone. Sometimes you need a job that's just good enough that you can kind of just hang out in, make your money, have a good time, enjoy yourself, be proud of what you do, and be good at what you do, and make sure that you're better than everybody else around you at what you do. And, yeah, you just keep growing your life, and you just take step after step after step. And one day you're going to wake up and realize that you've built your dream life. It just takes, continued effort to continue towards your goals in life. It's just one thing I do every year is every year at Christmas, I do a lot of planning about what I want the next year to be like. And yeah, I just say, okay, what do I want to improve about my life this year? And then I just work on it little by little throughout the year. And you just keep doing that. Just imagine if every year you just made your life a little bit better. Every year. Imagine 20 years down the road how great your life would be. Anyway, I'm ranting and raving today. I don't know. I must be in a mood. You know what? It's because it's Friday. I'm in a Friday mood. V5 says, I do dangerous stuff for work and to help out others. Liam says, does anyone have a pension these days? Almost everyone has just his 401k. V5 says, EMS military are like that. Oh, there's still a lot of people with pensions. Teachers have pensions. Most police and fire departments have pensions. And V5 is correct. V5 says EMS and military have pensions. That's true too. Liam says, it's Friday. V5 says, I think about other people whose lives are better, and if I die doing this, then, well, all those other people will have better lives. What do you mean? Oh, you're saying by what you're doing, you're making other people's lives better. Liam says, Zach, those are still government, but if you're not government, you don't have a pension. Yeah, you're pretty correct in that, Liam. Most private companies don't have pensions anymore. Most people are on their own when it comes to retirement. V5 says, had I not been there, those people's lives would have not been there to have, and there are a lot more of them than me. Yeah, it is. It seems like you have a pretty big impact of V5, so that's pretty cool. Liam says, I don't even have a 401k because I'm an independent contractor. Oof. Yeah, money is a really hard subject these days, just because with inflation, everybody is getting hurt so badly. I mean, it's crazy how bad prices are, and it really hurts. Like gas prices, I mean, I get angry about it. Gas prices are horrible. But just like everything is just so expensive, and it just makes life so much harder. I miss these ones. You know what really made me angry? There was like a news story this week that California banned all non-electric new vehicle sales. Did you guys hear about this? So, you know, California is like a progressive state and everything, and they're always pushing electric vehicles and stuff. But to ban gas-powered vehicles from new car sales, that's wild. That is absolutely wild. The biggest problem with electric cars is that poor people can't own them. Poor people buy used gas cars. Like electric cars, you have to replace the battery completely, which is essentially buying a new car. And that happens after 10 years? Like 5 to 10 years you have to replace the battery. So a poor person is never going to be able to afford one of these electric cars. So poor people's only option is gas cars. And then if you look at it's not just about the car. You have to have a parking spot where you can plug the car in. And if you look at the cities that are in California, the big cities, which are Los Angeles, San Diego, and San Francisco, the three biggest cities in California, like half of the population of those cities do not have a garage where you can plug an electric car in. Half of those cities, people park on the street, park in parking garages, where they're like renting out parking spaces. None of those spaces have electric charging stations in them. So what are those people going to do? They're just not going to be able to buy a car? Like, not everybody can afford a house with a garage. A lot of people can like barely afford rent, and rent has skyrocketed. And if they can't get a used car, it essentially means that poor people won't be able to own cars. That's what it means. It it really screws over poor people. And it just makes me so frustrated. Because most of my life, I've lived in places where I would have no place to plug in a car. It's not just about the car. It's like having a spot where you can plug it in. V5 says, I've never had a new car, neither did my dad. Yeah, most people can't afford new cars. And I wouldn't want to buy a new car because it's so much more cost effective to buy used cars. I mean, it's such a savings. Liam says, it's like 15 to 20 years you might have to replace batteries just like you replace an engine. Liam says they're banning new cars. You can still get used cars. You can plug it in at public chargers. You don't have to plug it in at home. Really, Liam? Really? So I'm a poor person. I have one of these I go out and buy one of these new cars. I have no parking spot or no garage. So every day I'm supposed to drive to a charging station and sit for 30 minutes, waste 30 minutes of my day to charge my car. Who's watching after my kids? Well, I don't have any kids, but I'm just saying, you know, like it's screwing over poor people. I don't know, any way you look at it. It's bad for poor people. You know, I would be okay with, here's what I'd be okay with. California mandating this law in a way that doesn't affect poor people. So let's say, okay, if they want to mandate no new electric car sales, how about they say at the same time, we will pay to make sure that every parking space in Los Angeles has an electric charging station next to the parking space. All the parking spaces on the street, all the parking spaces in parking garages have an electric car charging station. Boom. There you go. Then there's no problem. But of course they're not going to do that because that's super duper expensive. Who's going to pay for that? Nobody has money for that. But like that's what it would take to make that law make sense. It's like you're mandating something and not giving people the way to pay for it. V5 says charging takes way longer than filling up with gas. Liam says just take your family to eat while it's charging. V5 says wait, go out to eat. Liam says I only had to wait 1 week. One week to charge up your car. Yeah, I'm all for electric vehicles. I think they're cool. I think that we should make it as easy as possible for people who can afford to and want to buy electric vehicles. Let's make it as easy as possible for them. But this whole idea of like government mandates always runs into problems. Look at how cool this looks, guys. It's like, why don't we let the market decide? You know? That's what the market is good at. You know, let people compete in the market. You know, let them sell gas cars and electric cars, and you can buy what you want. If people want to buy gas cars, the market will produce gas cars. If they want electric cars, the market will produce electric cars. This whole thing that the government's coming in and telling you what you can and cannot buy, and it's self-imposing restrictions on people that don't have to be there, and are going to make poor people's lives more miserable. I really like this sunflower field. Oh, it's so beautiful. All right. I like this. I think it's a good addition to the palace. V5 says, my friend is on a list for a new electric vehicle. Nice. Liam says, I think they get cheaper, though. Oh, the cars need to get cheaper. Yeah, I agree. V5 says, let the 100 flowers bloom. Doesn't that look cool? Okay, so back over here, we're going to redo this floor, which means I have to rip up the entire thing. Let's rip it up. This floor is going. Oh, by the way, Liam, did you see Claude's latest stream? Claude just did a Minecraft stream where he built a new farm. He built a beetroot farm. Yeah, I love his streams. He said something on his stream, though, that I thought was pretty controversial. He was talking about Mr. Beast. Wait, I don't know. Do you know who Mr. Beast is, right? Right, Liam? I talk about him a lot on here. Mr. Beast recently hit 100 million subscribers, which is a huge milestone. So he's officially, there's only like a handful of people who have ever gotten that. Like, I don't even think there's 10 people who are at 100 million subscribers. I think there's like 3. I think there's like him, PewDiePie, and T-Series. Like, there aren't that many people with that many subscribers. Like, it's wild. So congratulations to him. But anyway, Claude was saying on his stream that he thinks at some point Mr. Beast is going to get canceled. And I mean, I think that I was shocked that he would say something like that. Because most people like never say anything bad about Mr. Beast, and Claude likes Mr. Beast. Claude is a big Mr. Beast fan. But I gotta say, I think Claude is right on this one. I don't think no one ever says this, but I think Mr. Beast will get canceled eventually. Partly because when you get big and famous, everybody comes after you. That's part of it. But I also think, like what Claude was saying was that Mr. Beast has been on YouTube for long enough that some of his older videos are going to surface about things he said in the past, and like some of his older videos that will get him into trouble. Like some things will surface. Yeah, I kind of think along the same lines. I think it's going to be sort of like what happened with Ellen. Do you remember what happened with Ellen? Ellen got canceled for being mean. Like, she was supposed to be the nice lady, and then everybody started to come out with stories that she's actually really mean. I think the same thing's going to come out about Mr. Beast. Because Mr. Beast and Ellen's humor is kind of similar if you think about it. Like Ellen does those kind of jokes where she like scares her guests or does like mean things to her guests and put her guests on the spot, and that kind of stoked these like, oh, she's really a mean person kind of stories. Mr. Beast does a lot of the same kind of things. Like, a lot of his videos are kind of like a lot of his videos are all about getting about money and people trying to get money, and like what challenge are you going to do to get money. That's all of his videos, and those can come off as a little humiliating to people. Like, he's humiliating people to see how far they will go to get money. That's kind of mean. I don't know. I mean, I get that it's like fun to watch and everything, but it's kind of mean. And I could see a day where people will come out and start coming out with stories about Mr. Beast, how he's kind of mean. Like, that's kind of a mean thing to do. Like, if you were nice, you would just give people the money. You wouldn't make them do humiliating things to get it. I don't know. Liam says, hashtag cancel culture. All right, floor is empty. Let's redraw this out, though, so I can get a good idea. So I think I'm going to make the floor come out maybe to here. Maybe we'll continue this on over here. And I would like this to be quite large. This has got to be a great hall. So maybe like this. Oh, it almost lines up with the end of the pool. This might be a little big. Okay, let's look at that. What do we think? Is that a good size for the Great Hall? I feel like that feels about right. Liam says, when you're on top, they come for you. They tried it with Oprah, and look what they did with Bill Cosby after he was trying to purchase CBS. Was he trying to buy CBS? I didn't hear about that. V5 says, why it's nice, Zach. Do you not depend on YouTube for his financial well-being? Zach, do not depend. I don't know what you're saying there, V5. Liam says that's much bigger. Yeah, it's bigger than what the floor was originally. But I want to make it a little bit bigger. This is supposed to be the grand hall. It's gonna be big. Okay, so what I think I want to do actually with this floor is I want to make it, I want to do like a gray, excuse me, like a grayscale. Ooh, reinforced deep slate. I forgot this is a new block in the game. We have bricks. We have, I'm just looking at the different blocks we have. We have smooth basalt. That's interesting, potentially interesting. We have regular basalt. I don't know if I want to use stone bricks. Where are my other stone variants? Here's like regular stone, but where's like andesite and stuff? Oh, here's smooth stone. There's clay. Where's andesite? I don't see it anywhere. Stone. There's tough. Am I going insane? Where is andesite? Hey, Sith is here. Hey, Sith, what's up? V5 says Zach can live off his regular job and YouTube cannot threaten his economic way of life. Oh, that's a good point. If you have a consistent job, then you don't have to worry about YouTube, your YouTube revenue crashing. Yeah, YouTube revenue is very uncertain. It's hard to rely on. It's like your entire livelihood depends on YouTube, the company, not screwing you over. That's a big gamble. So it says andesite's in the stone section. Stone section. Okay. Where's my stones? Stone. I don't see andesite. There's the ores. Andesite. Here we go. All right, let's lay these out. And I kind of want to do these in order of light to dark. But I don't want to do it too dark. Okay, there we go. That is a nice looking gradient. Wow, there's so many cool blocks in this game to choose from. All right, well, I think let's start. I'd like to lower this down, actually. So, like, when you walk off here, you'll actually walk downstairs into the hall. I think that would be cool. So maybe we'll do the floor, like, right here. Yeah, maybe we'll lower the floor down. So that could be a stair here, a stair here. Let me just try this out for a second. Stair there. Oop. Stair there, and then the floor would be here, actually. Okay, I could do that. I could deal with this. Sorry to hear that you're saying there's a shooting nearby? Sorry to hear that. That's always awful. All right, I think these blocks would look really cool as like a border. So let's use these and do like a border block around here. And how much time do we have left? Oh my goodness, I spent so much time doing that sunflower field. Okay, now this wall is probably actually going to be one in. Let's leave a little space here. And then I'll leave this 2 spaces in there. Go over to the other end. And we'll leave 2 spaces in there. And we'll go to the other end. Oh, what did I miss? Oh, I didn't connect this up. I like this new block. That's very cool looking. Okay, so that's the border of our floor. Let's get rid of these blocks here. Blah. Don't like these. Yeah, the other thing about Mr. Beast, we were talking about Mr. Beast earlier. A lot of people forget that every channel eventually declines. Everyone. Everybody thinks, Mr. Beast is right. I would say right now, Mr. Beast is on top of the world. Like his channel's growing, clearly one of the biggest channels in the world. But at some point, people are going to look for something new. In entertainment, that always happens. People kind of get tired a little bit. They look for something new. Yeah, like I think about some of the older channels that used to be the big channels. They start to like die off, and like everybody, like no one thought those channels would ever do bad. And I think a really good example of this for me is there's a channel run by a guy named Roman Atwood. Do you guys know who that is? He has a family channel. He's still a big channel. He still does really well on YouTube, but he's not as big as he used to be. But he was like, I would say it is kind of like what Mr. Beast used to be. One of the biggest channels on YouTube, super successful, growing like crazy. And everybody looked at his channel and thought that this guy is going to be on top of the world forever. And then your channel hits a point where it starts going downhill. Well, in his case, he got like big and famous, and then like scary stuff started happening. Like he actually had, a psycho person like stalking him and trying to kill him and his family. Like really like crazy stuff like that. I'm just trying to put these in the same order as this. So if you can imagine, like if someone is actively trying to chase you down and try to hurt your family, it's going to impact how much time you spend doing YouTube. So like when you get big, you have to deal with that, and that's going to impact your channel growth. And then people just, they get interested in other things. So I think that's kind of what happened there. All right, let's see if we can break this up a little bit. Okay, so I kind of like this. It kind of cuts it off on the side, but it cuts it off in a very even proportion. And then we can kind of fill in these little blocks here. And this will be like my pattern for this floor. And then maybe in the middle here, boop, we can put these blocks. Boop, 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 and boop. Liam says, so the hall's going to be at a different level? Yeah, I want it to be like you come here and you're stepping down into the hall. I think that'll look really cool. It's like a split level house. You know, maybe I'm thinking maybe also like the hall was built later than the palace, and so maybe they built it as like an extension. And they're like, why do we have to build it up so high? I don't know. I don't know. V5 says, what about the Forgotten Weapons channel? It's been going for 20 years or so. Forgotten Weapons also still has a day job. Well, that's true. I mean, I'm talking about the guy like Roman Atwood. His channel is still growing. I mean, his channel he still does videos and stuff, but it's not like he was the king of YouTube like he used to be. Sis says, is it going to be glass around the entire hall? No. We're going to do some other stuff. Anyway, but my whole point was what Claude was saying on his stream about Mr. Beast. I completely agree. I think there'll be a point, and I really like Mr. Beast, and I like his stuff, and I think he's a really good YouTuber, and I think he's great for the platform. But I think at one point, I bet people will come out and say he's a mean person, and that will be a big scandal, and then his channel will start to decline, and all that stuff. We've seen it, but I mean, we've all seen it before. It's like the cycle of YouTube. Yeah, Claude is also like really smart when it comes to like media type stuff. I don't know, like he just seems to like know how media works, and I don't know how he knows all of this stuff, but I don't know. I feel like whenever Claude talks about media, like I listen to what he has to say. Because he always seems to like know what he's talking about. I don't know how he does. Oh, Seth, what are you? I know I'm putting those in. Ah, Seth. No, Seth, you put this in the wrong direction. Seth, what are you doing? This is going to drive people nuts. Oh, he fixed it. Okay. Whew. That's good. He fixed it. I don't know. I think this is already looking pretty cool. Liam says, your hall is right between the pool and the tennis courts. Yes. Yes, that's true. That is true. V5 says the hall might been the earlier structure and the only thing still standing. Oh. V5 is saying that maybe the hall came first and then they built the palace. That's a cool idea. I actually think that's quite inspired. Okay, so I want to do kind of like a pattern in here that's just kind of different like blocks. And maybe maybe we'll throw in some andesite. And I just wanted something a little bit more subtle. Yeah, I wanted a cool pattern with like a bunch of grays and blacks. Yeah, I really like this. Look at this. So yeah, we could just go through and actually instead of the stone, what if we did chiseled stone? So instead of the stone, we do chiseled stone? Yeah. Oh, that's cool. All right, so this will be our pattern. So I just have to fill this pattern into all of these blocks. All right, here we go. Welcome to the Minecraft grind, you guys. We're grinding out a floor here, but I think this will look really cool. I actually think this will look better than my other floor. What do you think? Wait, Liam, do you approve of this pattern more than the other one? Liam likes me to use terracotta, but I don't want to use terracotta, Liam. I don't want to use terracotta. You know what I could do is I could just copy and paste this. I could just copy and paste this. Why didn't I think of that? Why don't I do one row and then I'll copy and paste the whole row? We could finish this whole floor today. All right, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do this whole row, and then we're gonna copy and paste it down. Liam says the pattern is still busy, but it's better. Oh, you think this is too busy? I think it looks very regal. What is Sith doing over here? What is going on here? Sith is always building chairs. And I don't know if I understand that. Let me do... Oh, I'm going to have to do a command here. Give structure block. Oh no, I have to say give at self structure block. Shoot, where'd my block go? Oh, it didn't give anything to me. Oh, it gave me the command block. No, I don't want the command block. I want the structure block. Why did this not work? What is Sith doing? Oh, he's giving me a structure block. Oh, I didn't pick it up. Oh, I still didn't get it. What happened? Oh, I did get it. I did get it. Oh, look at that. All right. Well, you know what I'm going to do? This is actually going to take longer than I wanted to do today. So let's do this. I have another stream tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, we'll come back and finish the floor here. Yeah, I think this will be really cool. I have a plan now, and yeah. This is completely different than my original plan, but I feel like this is a whole lot better. So we will continue to work on this tomorrow. I actually really like this new block here. Where is this in the game? I don't even know what this is. It's really cool looking. But yeah, it is now part of our floor. Go figure. V5 says, if the hall has a different style, it could have been what was used long ago, and this is all that is preserved to show historical authority. Yeah, it does look very old historic, doesn't it? All right, that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out in my rambling rant today. It's Friday. Sith says your dog is now supervising. Okay, all right. You got a supervising dog here. I'll be back tomorrow morning. Everybody remember, no matter what is going on in your life, to always do something fun every single day. Until next time, this is Zach signing off.